The music was loud, the laughter louder, and yet, James Sterling sat in silence. His mansion, a towering symbol of his success, shimmered with gold and crystal. Guests in designer suits and glittering dresses clinked champagne glasses, smiling, but not at him. Not for him. James, in a crisp black tuxedo, looked down at an old photograph, a smiling woman, eyes full of love. Emily, his late wife. His fingers trembled slightly as he traced her face. Her smile, the only one that ever truly mattered to him, was gone. Surrounded by people, yet utterly alone, James whispered, "Emily, you would have hated this party." His voice was lost in the noise. Wealth surrounded him, but he felt hollow. Every laugh, every toast, echoed his loneliness. That night, the richest man in the city realized something terrifying. He was the poorest man in spirit. Voiceover, firm, cold tone. The next morning, the towering Sterling Corporation was bustling. But inside the glass-walled office of its CEO, the atmosphere was icy. James signed documents rapidly, barely looking up. Lay off 200 staff, terminate all charity contracts, cut welfare programs, he instructed, his voice sharp. His assistant, Martha, stood frozen. "James, these people have families." He replied, without emotion, "It's just business." At that moment, a charity worker entered, a man holding a proposal to fund children's hospitals. James didn't even read it. "No donations. Tell your organization to try elsewhere." Martha looked at James, her eyes pleading. "You're changing, James. This isn't you." He glanced at her coldly. "This is who I've always been. Efficient." But as the charity worker left, James glanced at the paper he left behind, a photo of smiling children in hospital beds. Something inside him shifted, but he shook it off. Later that week, James visited the Emily Sterling Memorial Wing at the local children's hospital, a building he funded years ago in her name. He hadn't returned since its inauguration. Inside, sterile white walls were covered with children's drawings. Laughter echoed faintly from the playroom. James walked slowly, unsure, uncomfortable. A small girl, Lily, sat on a hospital bed, her head bald from treatment. She saw James and waved. "Hi, mister. Why are you frowning?" she asked, with a cheerful smile. James was startled. "I'm not. I mean." She giggled and handed him a yellow smiley sticker. "Here. Now you have to smile." James stared at the sticker, then at her radiant face, so full of life despite the tubes and machines. Something cracked inside him. Emily's voice echoed in his mind. "One smile can change the world, James." He knelt beside Lily and whispered, "Thank you for reminding me." For the first time in years, a genuine smile touched his lips. His birthday came days later. No guests. No parties. Just silence. James sat at the head of a long dining table, a single candle flickering on a small cake. The vast room felt like a tomb. He opened a dusty drawer and found a small, wrapped box. Emily's handwriting. "For when you feel lost." Inside, a smiley pin and a note. "Don't chase riches, James. Chase a smile. It's the richest thing you'll ever find." Tears welled up. He clutched the note to his chest. That night, something within him shattered, and something else awakened. He whispered into the darkness, "I'm done chasing emptiness. I need to feel alive again." James shocked the world. Mansion for sale. Cars, watches, artwork, all auctioned. His board was in uproar. Reporters hounded him. "Why, James? Why throw it all away?" He answered calmly, "I'm not throwing it away. I'm freeing myself." Martha stood in disbelief. "James, are you okay?" He smiled, wearing simple clothes now. "For the first time in years. I'm better than okay." With only a backpack, a plane ticket, and Emily's smiley pin, James walked away from his empire, chasing something far more valuable. James found himself in a small African village. No electricity. No running water. Yet the children laughed, played in the dust, and welcomed him with open arms. He helped build homes, served meals, taught in a makeshift classroom. One boy hugged him and said, "You smile like my papa." James laughed. Deeply, freely. That night, under a sky filled with stars, he realized he had never felt richer. He took a photo of the boy's smile and added it to his collection. The first of many. In India, James taught orphaned children under a tree. They had little, yet they gave so much. A girl placed a garland on him, saying, "You are our hero." He sat, teaching them letters and stories, laughter echoing around. He documented every smile, every joy-filled face. The world was vast, and now, his heart was too. James thought, "Emily, this is what you meant. This is wealth." In a war-torn Middle Eastern village, he met Amira, blind, but radiant. She touched his face and said, "You feel like someone who smiles a lot." James laughed softly. She handed him a broken locket. "My family, gone. But I smile for them." James broke down. Her courage, her strength, humbled him. He held her close. "Amira, you've given me the greatest treasure." Her smile was burned into his soul. That night, he knew, this journey was his destiny. Back home, James lived simply. His apartment was small, but the walls were filled with photos, smiles from around the world. Every child, every family he helped, immortalized. Martha visited. She gasped, "James, this is incredible." He smiled, offering tea. "I used to collect things. Now I collect smiles. I am truly wealthy." James opened a new hospital, Emily's Smile Foundation. Children cheered, balloons filled the air. Lily, healthy now, ran up and placed the same smiley sticker on him. Cameras clicked, but James only saw her smile. He whispered, "Thank you, Lily. Thank you, Emily." The crowd applauded, not for his money, but for his heart. In his final years, James stood before a wall of 1,000 smiles. No banks, no stocks, just joy, captured in frames. He whispered, "I sold everything, and became the richest man alive." Because in the end, the smiles we create become our true legacy.